Hello YouTube, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting in a Fan. And let me tell you, it's cold today. But of course, that's not a news bulletin because, you know, those of us that live in the New York City area, and those of us that are aware that the calendar says today is Wednesday, January 20th, 2016, at approximately 5:53 a.m., we know it's cold, right? Right. See how silly that sounds? It's cold. We all know. Unless you're in, like, you know, Los Angeles, California, or, you know, Miami, Florida, then it's like well, although it might be cold there, but not as much as here, or as little as here, whatever the case is. And there is my Yule tree in the background. Yeah, she looks sad. But you know what? As much as I love this Yule tree, it's like, you know, we're you know, the 12th day of Christmas is January 6th, the Epiphany. Okay, we're 14 days past that. We're now 2 weeks past the Epiphany, so Robert needs to close that door. Goodbye, Yule tree. And that's going to lead to a new door. And the doors will be opening up this Sunday, January 24th, 2016, 1 p.m. for Black Mirror Salon, the first Black Mirror Salon at Catland, also known as Catland Books, in Brooklyn. Flushing Avenue in the Bushwick section of Brooklyn. I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited about it for so many reasons, because, you know, number one, as I've mentioned to several people before, both on the telephone, in person, online, and of course through YouTube, I missed giving readings on a regular basis at a public venue. I really did. I missed it because it's a wonderful opportunity for me to meet new people and make new connections. And it's also an opportunity for people to pay a divinely discounted rate for my readings, and that makes a difference. You know, listen, I have a phenomenal personal psychic advisor. His name is Roger Pratt, and he has spoiled me for other professional psychics. He really has. I remember after the first time I had a reading with him, off the top of my head, I can think of 3 professional psychics who offered me free readings. Never took any of it. You know, I was grateful for being offered a free reading, especially by a professional psychic, but they weren't Roger. So it was like, you know. And that's something that's really important, because when one establishes an affinity with a professional psychic, that's a really great bond. I mean, it sounds... I mean, I can't deny that I'm a little biased in saying that, because I am a professional psychic, and I do have awesome clients that have been using my psychic services for between 5 and 20 years. But the fact of the matter is that, you know, that rapport really does make a difference. There are times when a client may receive an advantage from going to somebody else, because that person doesn't know who that client is. That professional diviner doesn't know who that client is. And then it's like, okay, you know, let me give you a different perspective. And I truly believe that every professional psychic has their specialty. I use the terms reader, light worker, diviner, and psychic interchangeably. So I apologize if that creates any confusion. Although lightworker to me seems a little bit more involved than reader, psychic, and diviner. But for the most part, I use those terms interchangeably. So I apologize if I create any confusion. There are some terms that I prefer more than others. I do like the term psychic. I've come to love the term reader. I certainly love the term diviner. Lightworker is a term that I love as well, but I feel that, I don't know. I think that sometimes the word lightworker has a particular energy and people will think that somebody isn't a real light worker because of a certain thing. I actually know somebody that is a professional reader. She's an intuitive tarot reader. Love her energy. I've had the honor and pleasure of working with her in the past. And I remember that she once said to me, I don't have a problem with you being a witch, but, witchcraft seems to come from a dark place. And the way that she said it, I found it amusing, and I literally laughed out loud. And she felt embarrassed when she said that. And, I also gave her some wide berth in that, she's coming from a specific religious background. And, those of us that were raised with a particular religion, it can be very difficult to embrace other religions. Now, is that true? In my experience, it is. If there are people that want to prove me wrong, feel free, right now, because I'm waiting. And I don't mean to be flippant about that, but I've met a lot of people that practice certain religions. I will not mention their names because we all know who they are. We all know, let me not assume we all know who they are. If you're Latin American, you probably have a really good idea which religions they are. Yeah. My fellow Latinos and Latinas, you know. You survived those religions, didn't you? So I'm getting way off topic, and I really don't mean to do that. I had a phenomenal 8th grade teacher, Mr. Stephen Hannock, and he taught me two very important, he taught me a lot of things, but two very important things. One, I cannot say I don't like a food if I don't try it first. And number two, everything is relative. And I have a specific topic when I begin a video, but everything is relative. So there are times when it's like, there's a little segue over here, and there's a sacred sidebar over here, and it's like, we're going to go down that path. But yes, but to get to the main topic, get back to the main topic, I am extremely excited about the Black Mirror Salon. I've come to enjoy them. They're fun. They're exciting. So here is the skinny on Black Mirror Salon on Sunday, January 24th, 2016, 1 to 9 p.m. You people wonder, what the hell is he drinking? So I've gotten this combination of taking different tea bags and steeping them, and then adding a few scoops, concho. This is not drugged, I assure you. A few scoops, usually 2 or 3, of Lipton iced tea mix, and then I stir it all together. And so I'll steep the teas in a pot. I'll do a combo. It's really crazy. Sometimes I'll use 5 or 7 different tea bags at the same time, and they all complement each other very well. It's a very unique taste. Anyway, so then I'll add a little bit of seltzer after it cools. It's really good. It's a modified spritzer, and it's very refreshing too. Okay, so here we go. So here are the details with regards to Black Mirror Salon. Number 1, it is taking place in on the Flushing Avenue section. All right, take 2. It's taking place this Sunday, January 24th, 2016, from 1 to 8 p.m., although it could go as late as 9 p.m. That's number 1. It is taking place at Catland, also known as Catland Books, which is on Flushing Avenue in the Bushwick section of Brooklyn, NYC. Number 3, if you come to have a reading there, the entry fee per person is $7, which means that you can pay $7 to get in the door to have a reading. The $7 entry fee does not include the reader fee. Number 4, I will be offering a divinely discounted rate of $20 for 15 minutes, $40 for half an hour, My private reading rates are much more than that. Those of you that have had readings with me, you know this. Those of you that have inquired about having a private reading with me, you know this. The fifth thing is that it's a great opportunity to be in a very metaphysically and magically charged up place, charged up in a very good way, in a very empowering way. And you get to have a divinely discounted reading with me, but there are other wonderful people there that will be offering other kinds of readings. I know that Arthur Lip Bonowitz is offering soul mission channeling sessions, which are phenomenal. And I know there is another person whose name escapes me at the moment who's offering runes, traditional runes, the Futhark runes. And one of my favorite people on the planet, Blue, is offering crystal castings. I will be available for palm readings. I will be available for oracle card deck readings. And I will be available for readings using the Animal Speak runes by the late and great Ted Andrews. I must tell you, I really had an instantaneous affinity with the Animal Speak runes. I've always loved learning about the sacred symbology of animals, or to use a Native American term, their medicines. And I love how so often my psychic guides take over, and the Animal Speak rune reading goes into a whole different place. It's like, okay, we started over here, and now we're going over there. So it's really wild, and I really enjoy it. There is a video that has an impromptu Animal Speak rune reading, and I'm going to post the link to that in the information section below. But for now, I am just very happy, and I am very excited about this. And I have already written a WordPress blog post to accompany this video, so you will have all the information. And I am aware that YouTube is international, so the blog post does list the third Sundays of the month. I know that Sunday, January 24th, 2016, is the fourth Sunday of January. But I also know that as far as I know, the remaining Black Mirror Salons of 2016, the Year of Divine Completion, shall take place on the third Sunday of the month. But, as I've said with Oracle of Dreams, which is Catland's Tarot and Astrology Salon, because of certain holidays, it's possible that an Oracle of Dreams salon may be rescheduled. The same thing would apply to a Black Mirror salon. So just keep that in mind. I definitely recommend checking with the store either via their website or their Facebook page, or just calling the store, doing it the old-fashioned way, picking up the telephone and actually dialing a number, and just saying, okay, I just want to make sure that this particular salon is still taking place and when it is and all this other stuff. By the way, the $7 gets you unlimited wine. Now, I say that because it is a strong selling point. Some people just love the concept of unlimited wine. I almost never drink alcohol. I mean, it has been known to happen. I've actually had a little bit more alcohol this month than I have had in the last several months. So, but for me, having more alcohol means having a full glass of red wine as opposed to half a glass. And I'm not one of those people that well, I'm having dinner, so I'm having wine. I love wine. I love wine. I love sparkling wine. I certainly love champagne. But it's not one of those things that it's like, okay, well, I'm having dinner, so I must have alcohol. That just, and there are a lot of reasons for that. But I'm enjoying the few alcoholic beverages I've been drinking. Then of course, I tend to be quite what's the term? Well, I tend to be quite the purist, but really being completely honest, the elitist when it comes to drinking an alcoholic beverage. It's like, oh, well, what's that? But I must say You know, I've never really, I've always found the concept of wine in a box unusual. However, the wine in the box that's served at Catland Salon, it's really good. It's really good, actually. It's like, wow, you know. So yeah, yeah. Anyway, so YouTube. Oh, before I go, let me acknowledge my newest YouTube subscribers, Nicole Pone and Linda Coynan. I don't think I'm pronouncing your last name correctly, and I apologize for that. I mean, if one were to read it phonetically, it's like coin on, you know, but I would say Coynan. And interestingly enough, when I go to the My Channel link, it says I have 33 subscribers. But when I click on that link that says 33 subscribers, I have 34. And once again, I have 7 YouTube subscribers whose names, I don't know what they are, because they're not publicly shown. So it's like I have mysterious YouTube subscribers. I find that exciting, actually, but I find that a little creepy as well, because it's like, well, why don't you tell me who the fuck you are? I don't know. Gotta flip out some cards and see who is following me. I'm being silly, and I apologize. No. You know what? I'm not going to apologize for being silly, because those of you who really know me know that I almost never indulge in silliness, because I'm very serious and staunch and stern. You know, and y'all, those of you who really know me, you know that my automatic mode of operation is serious. So for me to be silly, it's sort of like, oh, Robert's being silly. Oh my God, is it going to be a lightning storm? You know, some of you are like that. You know, so you're not used to seeing me silly. It's one of the advantages of growing older, and I've always believed in the concept that when a Capricorn, that the older a Capricorn becomes chronologically, the younger he or she acts and feels and seems. Because people are like, he's 46? I can't believe he's 46. Now, nobody's carding me, you know, but which would be really nice, but still, you know, it's one of those things. So it's like, yeah. But anyway, I'm very excited about this. I'm very excited about this Black Mirror Salon, and unfortunately, I'm not going to have my computer tech person go through this video. So I apologize to you, wonderful computer tech person, but this is a very time-sensitive video. And yes, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, I am well aware that I am very behind on YouTube videos. I'm looking to catch up soon, but remember, this has been a very busy month between my professional psychic practice, my side position of employment, which is in full swing this week, and of course celebrating my birthday. So I look forward to catching up very soon. When? I don't know. I've actually been going to bed pretty early lately, and it's, you know, and I'm not used to that, because historically I go to bed between midnight and 2 in the morning. I've been going to bed before 10 o'clock at night, which is crazy considering my history. It's like, you know, how exhausted is Robert that he's going to bed, you know, before 10 o'clock at night? And yet I am getting a full night's sleep and waking up between 5 and 6 in the morning the following day and feeling very refreshed. And not because of medication, by the way. You know, and I stress that because those of you that know me know I like to do things naturally and holistically. You know, so for me to take medication, in spite of the necessity of it, it does bother me. It still bothers me. But I know that without the medication, I probably would be going back and forth to hospitals. So, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, YouTube, thank you so much for honoring who I am and what I do. Thank you to my new subscribers. Thank you to those of you who are already YouTube subscribers to the YouTube channel of Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch. And there's no fan on today because it's quite, you know, there's more than enough air blowing around outside. I don't need the fan in here. But if I get a little too hot, I know where to find the fan. Anyway, and unfortunately, by the next video or next few videos, the Yule tree will be gone. But that's okay. One door closes and some other wonderful doors open. Anyway, thank you so much, and I wish all of you many, many blessings. Good day, as opposed to good night. But depending upon when you're watching, good night to you too.